admixtures.
admixtures,
So what are the different types of chemical admixtures?
plasticizers, super plasticizers,
Yeah,
retarders, accelerator.
yeah, retarders, accelerators. Uh, Karthik, tell me what is meant by retarder. Roll number 29. Roll number 45. Roll number 45. Roll number 45. What is meant by retarder? Anil, tell me.
Admixture that decreases the
Yeah, tell me. Admixture that
hydration process. Hydration process.
yeah, so that's why it will get slow down the setting time. It will get slow down the setting time. Accelerator means it will increase the setting time of concrete. Next, plasticizers and superplasticizer. These are the water reducing admixtures. These will reduces the water content up to 40%, up to 40%. So while coming to next topic is mineral admixtures. So mineral admixtures are the artificial pozzolan, that is called as pozzolana. Pozzolana means, so by adding additional materials is called pozzolanas. So some natural pozzolanas are clay is the natural pozzolana, shale is the natural pozzolana, and oplanic chats and dichromaxis earth and humicides and volcanic tuffs. These are all the naturally available pozzolanas. So by older days we are using clay as a binding material. Now mixing of this clay in, by producing we can produce the cement. We can produce the cement. These are the natural pozzolanas. These are the natural pozzolanas. Next, artificial pozzolanas are fly ash. Artificial pozzolanas are fly ash. Blast furnace slag. Blast furnace slag. This is called as GGBS. Ground granulated blast furnace slag. Silica fume. Rice husk cask. Metakaolin, sugarcane bagaces. These are all the artificial pozzolanas. So these artificial pozzolanas are produced from the industrial wastes. These are produced from the industrial waste product. These are all called as a industrial byproducts. Industrial byproducts. Fly ash, blast furnace slag, silica fume, rice ash, metakaolin, sugarcane bagaces. These are all the industrial byproducts. So by using these artificial pozzolanas, we can enhance the properties of a concrete. We have enhanced the properties of concrete. We have enhanced the properties of concrete, and also we can reduce the environmental pollution. We can reduce the environmental pollution. Environmental pollution, and also can reduce the landfill, filling of landfill. We can also overcome the landfills. So what happens if if you did not use fly ash, this GGBS, silica fume, rice ash, so day by day that byproducts we can store in some place, so that landfill gets full. So if you utilize that industrial byproducts, so what happens? Obviously, we can overcome the filling of land, and also we can overcome the environmental pollution of producing the cement. So if you produce a cement, it will liberate a lot of carbon dioxide. So in order to overcome the environmental pollution, we will use these artificial pozzolan. These artificial pozzolan. In this first one, today we are going to discuss about fly ash. We are going to discuss about fly ash. So fly ash is a byproduct. Fly ash is a byproduct from burning pulverized coal in electric power generating plants. This is a byproduct from burning pulverized coal in electric power generating plants. So these fly ash we will get from power plants. Okay, this is a byproduct of from power generating plants. This is a byproduct from power generating plants. During the combustion, these mineral impurities which are present in the coal, which are present in those, what are those mineral impurities? Clay, feldspar, quartz, shale. So these will get suspension and flow out of the combustion chamber with the exhaust gases. The fused material rises and it gets cools and solidifies into a spherical glossy particles is called as fly ash. So the shape of this fly ash is spherical glossy particle. సో కంబషన్ జరిగే టైంలో ఈ మినరల్ ఇంప్యూరిటీ, కోల్లో ఉన్న మినరల్ ఇంప్యూరిటీస్ ఏంటి? క్లే కానీ, ఫీల్డ్ స్పేర్, క్వార్జ్, షేల్. సో దీస్ మినరల్ ఇంప్యూరిటీస్ విల్ గెట్స్ ఇంటూ సస్పెన్షన్ and float out of the combustion chamber with the exhaust gases. The fused material will get cool and solidifies into a spherical glossy particle called as fly ash. It is called as fly ash. Next, the fly ash is a pozzolanic. This is fly ash is a natural or artificial pozzolanic?
Artificial.
Yeah, fly ash is a artificial pozzolanic, which means that it is a silicaceous. Silicaceous means it is having a more silica content, that is more silica content is Si, or silicaceous and aluminum material. Silicaceous and aluminum material because of this silica and aluminum gel. So what is the function of alumina in cement? What is the function of alumina in cement?
Setting, sir.
Yeah, alumina is responsible for setting. Next, silica, it will give progressive strength. It will give progressive strength. So that's why, because of this silica and alumina material, so that's why it will get react with the calcium hydroxide. It will react with the calcium hydroxide. So ఎక్కడ ఫామ్ అవుతుంది అన్నాను ఈ కాల్షియం హైడ్రాక్సైడ్? Calcium hydroxide, this silica and alumina will get react with calcium hydroxide. Where it will release calcium hydroxide? We have discussed earlier. C3S and C2S, these are the Box compounds. C3S and C2S. What is meant by C3S? What is meant by C3S?
Calcium trisulfide.
Yeah, tricalcium silicate and dicalcium silicate will react with water to form the CSH gel and calcium hydroxide. It will form CSH gel and CaOH twice. So the CSH gel will react when the Portland cement will get react with the water and it produces the hydrated calcium silicate, that is CSH gel. So remaining the CaOH gel will react with the whatever the silica and alumina present in the fly ash. So the hydrated silicate will develops the strength and the lime fills the voids. This CSH gel we have discussed earlier. The CSH gel is primarily responsible for initial strength. Primarily responsible for initial strength. So properly selected fly ash will get react with the lime to form the CSH gel. The same cementing product is in a Portland cement. So మనకి మనం ప్రాపర్గా మనం తీసుకున్న ఫ్లై యాష్ అనేది ప్రాపర్గా మనం తీసుకుంటే ఆ ఫ్లై యాష్ అనేది దేంతో రియాక్ట్ అవుతుంది, ఇట్ విల్ గెట్ రియాక్ట్ విత్ లైమ్ టు ఫార్మ్ ఏ CSH gel, to form CSH gel. So same as the cementing product, same as the cementing product. So the fly ash, the reaction of fly ash with lime in concrete, it improves the strength. It improves the strength. So typically, generally, the fly ash is added to the structural concrete in between 15 to 35% by the weight of cement. So we can replace the cement up to 35%, 15 to 35% with the fly ash. If you replace the cement with fly ash, obviously the cost of construction reduces. Obviously the cost of construction reduces. So it will become economical. So up to 70% is added for the mass concrete used in dams, roller compacted concrete pavements and parking areas. So for parking areas we can replace the cement up to 70% by using fly ash. And also for roller compacted concrete pavements like roads, CC roads where you can go for roller, ఎక్కడైతే మనం రోలర్ తో కాంపాక్ట్ చేస్తామో అలాంటి CC roads కి also we can replace up to 70% of fly ash. So and also in dams, construction of a dams, చూడండి డ్యామ్స్ లో కూడా ఎంత పర్సెంట్ రీప్లేస్ చేసుకోవచ్చు అన్నాడు, అప్ టు 70% వరకు మనం ఫ్లై యాష్ రీప్లేస్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. So fly ash, use of fly ash is a cost effective. Why? Because you are going to replace fly ash with the cement, the obviously cost will reduces. When fly ash is added to the concrete, the amount of Portland cement may be reduced because of reduction of cement. So we are obviously reduce the environmental pollutions by reducing cement content in construction. So generally fly ash are of two types. In general the fly ash is are of two types. One is class C and class F. Class C fly ash and class F fly ash. Class C fly ash means it is having a high calcium content, high calcium content. Class F means low calcium content. So in general in India class F fly ash is available mainly in India. Some other countries mainly the class F fly ash is produced from the power plant. Class F fly ash means low calcium fly ash. Class C means high calcium fly ash. It is very very important, kindly please remember. If you are going to do a project in MTech or PhD, so you need to know the parameters of chemical characterization of the fly ash also. So I will share those chemical characteristics also. So class C means high calcium fly ash. Class F means low calcium fly ash. So these class C is produced from the lignite or subbituminous coal. సో ఎక్కడి నుంచి ప్రొడ్యూస్ అవుతుందంటే ఈ లిగ్నైట్ ఆర్ సబ్యూటిమినస్ కోల్ బర్న్ చేయడం వల్ల ఈ క్లాస్ సి అనేది ప్రొడ్యూస్ అవుతుంది. క్లాస్ ఎఫ్ ఈస్ మేడ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద బర్నింగ్ ఆఫ్ యాంథ్రసైట్ ఆర్ bituminous coal, burning of anthracite or both combination of this anthracite and as well as bituminous coal. This class F fly ash is produced. Class F fly ash is produced. So we are having a two types. One is class C and one is class F. Class C means high calcium fly ash. Class F means low calcium fly ash. C produced from the lignite or subbituminous coal. F is produced from the burning of anthracite and bituminous coal. Next, advantages of fly ash in fresh concrete. What is meant by fresh concrete? Have already discussed in last class. Fresh concrete. Anil, Janikaram,
Sir,
Lavanya, what is
fresh.
meant? Fresh concrete.
Freshly mixed concrete, sir.
So it is the fresh mixing of cement, fine aggregate, coarse aggregate and water. Okay. So if you add fly ash in concrete, so these are the some following advantages. First one is it improves the workability. It improves the workability. So why it will improve workability? We have already discussed what is the particle size shape. This is spherical shaped particles of fly ash will act as a miniature ball bearings within the concrete mix. Thus it will providing as a lubricating effect. So the like lubrication అంటే ఏంది? lubrication oil అంటుంటాం చూసారా, స్మూత్ గా వర్క్ అవడం కోసం. సో దిస్ ఫ్లై యాష్ విల్ యాక్టింగ్ యాజ్ ఏ lubrication. So the same effect also improves the concrete pumpability by reducing the frictional losses. It will improve the pumpability of concrete during the pumping process and also improves the finishability. So mainly by adding fly ash we can improve the workability, and also the use of fly ash will result a better workability, pumpability, cohesiveness and ultimate strength and durability. So the fine particles in fly ash will also help to reduce the bleeding and segregation and improve the pumpability and finishing, especially in lean mixes. What is meant by lean mix and rich mix? What is meant by lean?
Low water cement ratio and
high water. So high water cement ratio mixes is called as lean mixes. Low water cement ratio mix is called as rich mixes. Yes. Ma Lavanya.
Sir, low water rich, sir. High water lean, sir.
Yeah, super. Low water cement ratio is called as rich mixes. High water ratio is called as lean mixes. Okay. So if suppose if you are going for a high water cement ratios, if you add a fly ash, so it will improve the pumpability and finishing and also reduces the bleeding and segregation. Bleeding అంటే ఏంది? సో ఆ కాంక్రీట్ లో నుంచి వాటర్ బయటకు వచ్చేస్తుంటది కదా, మనకు బ్లీడింగ్ అంటే రక్తం కారుతుంది అంటాం కదా, సిమిలర్లీ వాటర్ బయటకు వచ్చే వాటిని ఏమంటాం అంటే బ్లీడింగ్ అంటాం. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ద వేరియస్ అడ్వాంటేజెస్. నెక్స్ట్, సో అడ్వాంటేజెస్ ఇన్ hardened concrete. So hardened concrete means it completely loses its plasticity. The fresh concrete completely loses its plasticity. So the strength in concrete is mainly depends upon the ratio of water cement ratio. If you select good quality of fly ash, generally it will improve the workability and also at least produces the same workability with less water. If you use less water cement ratio, obviously we can improve the strength, because of some fly ash will contains the larger or less reactive particles than the Portland cement. So because of this, hydration will contribute the 6 or longer. Because of this continuous hydration and this continuous pozzolanic reaction between water and fly ash will lead to the higher strength at later ages. If you are add a fly ash, the early strength of cement is very low. ఓకేనా, మనం ఫ్లై యాష్ యాడ్ చేసినప్పుడు ది ఎర్లీ, సో 3 days కానీ 7 days కానీ స్ట్రెంత్ అనేది చాలా లోగా ఉంటుంది వెన్ కంపేర్ టు ద నార్మల్ కాంక్రీట్. సో ఇఫ్ యూ ద డేస్ విల్ బికమ్స్ ఇంక్రీజెస్ 28 days 90 days 120 days అలా 1 year 2 years అలా ఇంక్రీజ్ డేస్ పెరిగే కొద్ది ఏమవుతుంది అంటే, సో ఈ పొజలానాస్ రియాక్షన్ వల్ల ఇట్ విల్ గివ్స్ హై స్ట్రెంత్ ఎట్ లేటర్ ఏజెస్. ఇట్ విల్ గివ్ స్ట్రెంత్ ఎట్ లేటర్ ఏజెస్. అందుకే నువ్వు ఫ్లై యాష్ మిక్స్ చేస్తే ఎర్లీ ఏజ్లో స్ట్రెంత్ అనేది రాదు. సో లేటర్ ఏజెస్లో స్ట్రెంత్ మాత్రమే ఇస్తుంది ఫ్లై యాష్ అనేది. సో దిస్ ఈస్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద డిసడ్వాంటేజెస్ ఆఫ్ యూజింగ్ ఫ్లై యాష్. సో ఫ్లై యాష్ డస్ నాట్ గివ్ ఎనీ ఎర్లీ స్ట్రెంత్ టు ద కాంక్రీట్. ఇట్ విల్ గివ్ స్ట్రెంత్ ఎట్ లేటర్ ఏజెస్. ఇట్ విల్ గివ్ స్ట్రెంత్ ఎట్ లేటర్ ఏజెస్. So there have been several cases reported that the early strength of concrete was low, particularly when significant portion of 30% or more of Portland cement was replaced with the fly ash. So this is we have already discussed. Due to continuous pozzolanic reactivity, fly ash will get improves the strength at later edges. This may exceed that of the concrete without fly ash. So a properly proportioned concrete containing fly ash should create the lower cost. So these are the, so by consolidating all, so these are the advantages of using it is economical. The use of fly ash is a environmental friendly as well as a waste materials from the industries. And this fly ash has very small particle which makes the concrete highly dense and reduces the permeability of concrete. It can add the strength to the concrete and buildings. The concrete mixture will generate very low heat of hydration. So that's why if low heat of hydration, obviously the low thermal cracking is also low and it prevents the thermal cracking. So fly ash is highly economical and use of fly ash is a environmental friendly. So the small particles which will make the concrete into dense and reduces the permeability and it will give strength to the concrete. So the concrete, it will, by using fly ash, obviously the heat of hydration is low. Because of low heat of hydration, we will prevent the thermal cracking problem. Next, fly ash will resistance against the acid and sulfate attacks. The shrinkage of fly ash concrete is very less. What is meant by shrinkage? What is meant by shrinkage?
Reduce the volume, sir.
So it will reduces the volume. So likewise, if concrete is exposed to high temperature, maybe the volume of concrete may be either increases or decreases. That is called as shrinkage or drying shrinkage. So this drying shrinkage is measured by using length comparator. So in 4th unit, again we will discuss about shrinkage, creep, remaining. So the use of fly ash will also give good workability, durability and finish. Good workability, durability and cement. Next, disadvantages. So if you did not select good quality of fly ash, so obviously it will does not give any workability and it does not give any strength. So the fly ash will give the negative effect on concrete. So the principal advantage of fly ash, before we have discussed, the fly ash is a very small particle, so that it will becomes good dense and it will give permeable. So if the principal advantage of fly ash is a, it will reduce the permeability at the low cost. But if you use poor quality, it will increases the permeability. The freeze and thaw durability may not be acceptable with the fly ash concrete, may not be acceptable with the fly ash concrete. Okay, and it means that the freeze and thaw, freeze and thaw, so the fly ash will does not contribute to any strength. Okay, and it does not suitable for freeze and thaw conditions. So this is the chemical analysis report of a fly ash. So this is a low calcium fly ash. Low calcium fly ash means class, which class? Low calcium fly ash means,
Class F.
yeah, class F.
Yes, sir.
Class F fly ash. So this silica SiO2, the composition is 64.97. Next, Al2O3, how much? 26.64. 26.64. And iron oxide Fe2O3, 5.69. So what is the function of Fe2O3? What is the function of iron oxide?
Color,
Color.
sir.
Yeah, it will
Color.
gives color. So you please add these three, 64, I mean the 65 plus 26 plus 5. So almost 97%, almost 97% of will occupy these three: silica, aluminum and iron oxide. So that's why here I have starting slide, I have mentioned this silica and aluminum. This silica and alumina gel is responsible for strength gain, in fly ash. Next, this is lime. This is CaO means lime. How much quantity? 0.33. And magnesium, Na2O and K2O, SO4 and loss on ignition. So these are the various chemicals present in the fly ash. This is the chemical composition of fly ash. So mainly the major portion in fly ash is silica and alumina. So these are the physical analysis reports of fly ash. So the practical distribution is, so maximum this particle size of this fly ash is 150 microns to 90 microns is 48.06. These chemical analysis and physical analysis may vary from the industry to industry. This chemical analysis report will changes.
Sir,
Tell me, Anil.